What's stopping you from accepting a bribe to keep silent, and then immediately reporting to authorities anyway? Risk of getting caught accepting the bribe. This may be a setup to catch you, plus if you report it you'll have to return the money anyway. You'd have to turn the money in as an assets to a crime. And you need to have a convincing reason to pretend to accept the bribe, like fearing for your safety if you don't. Otherwise the DA can claim you accepted the bribe and then just got cold feet afterwards. Generally, the kind of people who are offering bribes are the kinds of people you don't want to double-cross. If you reported the crime to the police, why would you even admit to taking a bribe? In many US jurisdictions, a person accepting a bribe makes them an accomplice to said crime. You may lose your freedom. By accepting a bribe, you are giving your word to a criminal perhaps dangerous, that you will not be a snitch. But your decision to snitch anyway, that criminal will view as both a betrayal going back on your word as well as a theft took his money which you were no longer seen as having earned. The consequences you stand to face are not from lawmen, but thugs out there on the street. You deserve whatever's coming your way. You may lose your life. So, why not just be a snitch despite already taking the bribe? Because it's a lose-lose situation regardless. No good outcome is possible. The money I get to not say, I don't care what the police would do, because they are not going to find out long as I get my money next Friday. Somebody actually offering me a bribe. I think accepting or giving a bribe is illegal, so once they bribe you, they have that information to hold over you as blackmail. Will the police reprimand you, they will crawl up your ass and make your life miserable. Once you accept the bribe you have committed a crime, and now the cops have leverage on you. You accepted the money, you still accepted a bribe. The police may choose to overlook it because you're cooperating, or they may not. Consequences and repercussions. Have to return the money. Probably the threat of violence? I'm not sure what scenario you're picturing, but it doesn't seem likely that someone will just bribe a witness to keep quiet without also having some sort of threat associated with it. More likely it would just be a threat. Bribes seem like they would be more for people in law enforcement or positions of power who can actually do something for the briber, which also carries with it the threat of the bribe seeing consequences for accepting a bribe if they were to go to the authorities. I'd be more concerned about what the person you snitched on will have done to you than anything the police will do. 1. Going to prison for accepting the bribe. 2. Getting murdered for snitching. Really depends who is giving the bribe. Hard-boiled criminals will not be happy if you take their money and then snitch on them. So, fear of getting my fingers snapped one by one. What's stopping me? No one is trying to bribe me. If the chance of getting caught is seen as tiny, then you do what's in your best interest at the time, even if it means you could be blackmailed later. Mostly, I'm not important enough to bribe. I am still waiting for someone to bribe me. I'll report back to you once this happens. Omerta.